Welcome back to Digi Bros, everybody. Let's talk about Pokemon Go.
Go!
A Pokeball Go! Go! Woo!
So you wanna be a Pokemon Master?
What the
That's
fuck?
part of the song.
That's
how that
that
goes.
weird ass riff?
Yeah. It goes. So you wanna be a Pokemon Master? and then the rapping starts.
So you want to be a master of Pokemon?
Not that part,
Do
the
you
other
have
part,
skills
just
to
the
be
normal-
Wait, I was thinking we all live in a Pokemon world.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different song, dude.
Yeah.
You're on the same page.
No. So Pokemon Go is the worst.
Oh
thing
shit!
that's
Simon's
ever-
evolving.
It's the worst thing that ever happened.
I don't think it's the worst. Quite the worst thing. It's conceptually interesting and potentially awesome, but so fucking half-assed and empty. It's really like the first draft of something that could be interesting.
It is.
Fucking Blastoise, dude.
It's probably the worst early access game to ever become as popular as it is.
It feels as...
It is a beta.
Yeah, it
For
feels
the
as
record.
broken and empty as like the early versions of like the Pokemon MMO, where it was just like, I had tried that out in its fucking alpha or whatever, and it was just like this broken, weird, stupid thing, and you're just like, this could somehow be an interesting game, but at its current stage, it's fucking nothing.
So Pokemon Go is an app that you download. It takes up a bunch of space on your phone, apparently, because Brandon Tolentino had to like delete a bunch of apps.
Takes up a bunch of space and it fucking
To,
destroys your battery life.
Yeah, it kills your battery really fast and runs up your data usage.
Yeah.
Because you have to have GPS on to use it.
It's a monster. It's a monster game.
And when you install it, it almost never works because you gotta.
Yeah.
Basically,
the servers are constantly down.
Yeah, the
Too many
servers
people
are always
playing.
down, and you have to like. Basically, once you get in, there's a good chance you'll stay in for a
Yeah.
long time. But getting in is the problem because
Yes.
the servers are always down.
It's like a fucking swinging club, man. It's
Yes.
Jay-Z's in there. You don't know how Jay-Z got in there. That, oh, Pokemon Go always works for Jay-Z, huh? But it doesn't work for me. Fucking.
No, I think Pokemon Go is the great equalizer. I don't think it works for anybody.
It puts everyone on the same
it's
level.
like the DMV.
Jay-Z's just as frustrated
it's
as
not
I
a
am with
hopping
this
club,
shit.
it's the DMV. No
Yes.
one's happy.
Pokemon Go is the DMV. You're
Everyone-
waiting forever to try to
Everyone
play it.
has to go there, but no one's happy about being there. So
That is beautiful.
you download this app, it sucks, and you open it up, and the idea of it, you design yourself a little trainer, which is almost no customization options. I don't know why they bothered. Empty
That was the
gesture.
first disappointment where I was just like, really? You just like changed the color of your jacket between like 4 colors? Like this is nothing.
I mean, X and Y had shitty customization too, but you couldn't even change your hairstyle
You
in this.
yeah.
Empty gesture. But you can customize your character a little, you give it a name, all the good Digibro was taken.
Yeah.
Digibro. Which means someone took...
It's one of those where you just have to fucking put numbers on it. Like, it's
Dude,
gonna deny everything.
If Digibro was taken, that means someone went out of their way to take my name.
Yes.
Like, because Digibro's never taken. That's
Yeah.
why I love using it, because it's never taken. But now that I'm a famous YouTuber, then someone took it immediately.
They're stealing
the
your
game's
name!
only been out for a few days, and my name is already taken.
Yeah. Oh my god, my stomach hurts.
And Baroness was taken too. So I'd use Baroness Blue even though I couldn't have blue hair.
Yes.
But so you get in there, and the idea of this game is that it shows your character standing on like a topographical map of wherever you are,
Yeah.
right? Or not topographical. What's the other word? It's just
What?
it's a map. It's just a picture of you
It's a fucking
standing on a map. And it uses GPS to track your location. The idea is that in the world around you, there are Pokemons. And you find them,
There are Pokemon.
you run around, you find Pokemon, and you catch them. And you
Yeah.
catch them through this shitty fucking,
Yeah.
like,
You gotta
toss a
throw the
ball at a
Pokeball.
Pokemon, and it just, you always catch it.
At least, but if you hit it more accurately, it'll give you like bonuses and shit.
Whatever.
Which is
You
neat.
gotta throw a Pokeball.
You don't
at a
always catch it
Pokemon.
either. It'll
So when
break
you
out.
start up the game, it'll have your starter, it'll give you the starter options,
Yeah.
you catch it immediately. And what it does is, like, it basically takes a photo of wherever you happen
Oh shit! My fucking Slowpoke's evolving, bro.
It takes like a photo of wherever your phone happens to be pointing at the moment, and the Pokemon shows up there, I guess.
Well,
like
no, I mean it's in real time.
But
like it's
I've
video
seen,
behind the thing. But
like,
you can take photos of the Pokemon there.
We've done stuff where we were like driving.
Yeah.
And it just kind of like shows where it was.
Well, when you catch the Pokemon, it freezes the image.
Is that what it is?
Yes. It's just a piece of shit, dude. Like it just breaks when you get it.
But it's garbage. Everything about it's garbage. It's glitchy as fuck. And there's no fucking Pokemon because the thing is that it's designed around like population density.
Yeah.
So like the place like there's Pokemarts.
Yes.
And the Pokemarts are where you have to go to get more Pokeballs and to get like items and shit, which are landmarks on your map. But the landmarks are all, like, around here, it's almost all churches.
Yes.
Because it's all places where lots of people go to.
Yeah.
So
it seems like it just picks popular locations on the map.
Right.
It just auto.
Or it'll pick either, either places that people go to a lot, or it'll pick, like, landmarks, like little statues and stuff that are around town. And so, like...
Which is cool.
Almost all of them around here are fucking churches. And, like, you know, I mean, it'd be cool if it was, like, the grocery store. That would make sense. You're gonna go there anyway.
Well, they can't put, like, Walmart and stuff because they can't do all that brand shit, you know? I don't know.
I guess that's probably what it is.
Yeah, I mean, they can't have every fucking 7-Eleven as a landmark. But
why not?
There have been restaurants and stuff I've found.
That would be exactly the right amount of landmarks, would be every 7-Eleven is a landmark. But it's all, like, churches and weird places that you wouldn't go to. Like, the library's fine. Those are usually them. And the statues are kind of cool because it's, like, it gives you a reason to go check out all these little landmarks in town. But most of them are, like, churches and shit.
But there's
like
restaurants and shit, too. You just gotta go downtown.
A lot of them.
In downtown Norfolk, there's tons of shit. And it's Pokemon everywhere.
Well, that's the thing.
Very clean.
It's based on population density, so if you live in a big city that's super dense, you will probably have a much better time with this game. But the way we were doing it, I gotta tell the story of how we got into this, because like Brandon was playing it and Shade was playing it, and we introduced the concept to Marcus, who's visiting, and Marcus downloads this app, catches a Bulbasaur or Charmander, and then immediately goes, I gotta go, and runs out the door, gets in his car, and just drives away. We were about to go, like, we were planning to go get food, and he just leaves because of this Pokemon app.
It's Marcus.
And he comes back, like, 15 to 20 minutes later, having driven all over the neighborhood and all over town, finding Pokemarts, finding Pokemons, snailing through neighborhoods and stuff, and he said that he saw other cars doing the same thing.
I've seen plenty of it.
I've
seen someone outside where it's like a light turned green and people are like honk, and because me and Shade were both there with our phones and we're like, oh, someone was also catching this Pokemon that we just found and holding up fucking traffic. So, dude, I gotta take a shit, dude.
This game, already I'm like, this game's the worst idea ever. This is gonna kill so many people and just generally shut down traffic and commerce all over the world. Because everyone's fucking playing it.
Yes.
And because of how shittily the game is designed, where Pokemon are so spread out and items and everything's so spread out, that, like, because, I mean, the idea of the game, the concept of it, is that you run around. Like, you go outside, you go for a jog, you catch a few Pokemon,
it's the same ideas of, like,
the
zombie running games and stuff.
Right,
but
because it's so badly done, where it doesn't, like, Pokemon are so spread out, you can't actually do this while jogging.
Yeah.
Like, you could not do a jog through the neighborhood and catch a bunch of Pokemon and shit.
The worst part is
you have to drive across town.
But the thing is, the stupidest thing to me is that you have to hold the app open the whole time.
Yeah.
You can't just close your phone and then it'll vibrate and then it's like, oh, I found a Pokemon. Like, that's how it should be. It should be a passive game. You have to fucking walk around
holding this phone out.
It sucks that it's an active game. Right. That kind of breaks it for me.
And you can't, because you can't really walk around and do it, you really gotta drive.
Yeah.
Because it's so spread out.
I'm walking down the street and I'm like worried I'm gonna get hit by a fucking car. Dude, I gotta take a shit, dude.
Why didn't you take one earlier?
I did. I've got some problem.
Can we wait like 8 minutes until we finish this Pokemon Go rant?
Fuck!
And finish this episode?
Pause it, man.
Fine. You are at liberty.
Hold on. Let me fight this battle first.
Okay. So Marcus driving around the neighborhood, and I already know because our cousin Boyd gets really into app games.
Yes.
He was apparently level 12 on day 1.
Yes. Because he's a monster.
Beating gyms on day 1 and shit. He's like out of, and I know this. I know Boyd. He loves to drive and he loves to go through neighborhoods.
Yes.
He's like obsessed with finding weird routes and shit to get around town so that he doesn't have to stop at stoplights. So I just know that Boyd's gonna be driving all over town with this fucking app, doing 5 through neighborhoods trying to catch Pokemon, and I'm like, this just sounds so dangerous. Like, why have we made
The weirdest
this
thing for me,
thing?
I was in MacArthur Mall earlier, and I'm walking around catching Zubats, and fucking it sucks because when you hold your phone up, it looks like you're taking a picture.
Right.
And so you're in a public place, and it looks like you're taking pictures of people. And I'm just like, ah! I don't want to look like I'm taking pictures of people.
This is the worst game ever. Everything about it is terrible. Every
Pretty
aspect
horrible.
of it is badly thought out and badly executed. And, oh god, like, it's just, I want to get into the mechanics, but I don't want to start talking about deep shit before you finish this Pokemon battle. But, oh my god, it's so bad. And, yeah.
Hold on, the stomach is calming, so we can continue.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you you don't want to just go take a shit after this battle?
Shit, wait, I should switch my guy. No, I'm good. I can do it.
Sure.
I'm holding out. I'm holding out.
So the way this game works is you catch a Pokemon just by throwing a Pokeball at it.
Yeah.
And then you have to, like, you'll end up catching a million of the same Pokemon, but that's actually
That's
good
advantageous,
thing,
yeah.
because you basically feed your doubles to your main Pokemon.
Yes.
Like, you have a
You
Rattata.
transfer them to Professor Oak, and then you get an orb. You get, like, a Rattata orb, and then that'll work for, like, Rattata and Raticate power up through those orbs.
Right.
And so
you
you gotta keep
basically
catching
have-
the same guy. Like, I've caught, like, fucking 40 Pidgeys, and so now I have a Pidgeot that's, like, super powerful because I keep feeding him Pidgeys.
Right. So, you level up your Pokemon, even though there is no battling except for gym battles.
Yes. Which are fucking annoying.
And gym battles don't make any sense.
Yes.
As they were both of the people I know who've played them have described them as hard but easy. Because it's hard to figure out what the fuck to do,
Yes.
but the actual thing that's happening
You
is
literally
just
you
nothing.
tap as fast as you can and try to dodge out of the other dude's attacks, but it's all unresponsive, so you can't really do anything.
Right, it's just a clusterfuck, and it crashes often while
Yes.
you're in the middle of a gym battle. But the idea of the gym battles is actually cool, which is that if you beat one, then your Pokemon becomes the new gym battle.
Yeah.
And so you basically are in a dominance game with everyone else in your area to try to conquer the gym.
Which is cool
and,
as fuck.
and maintain it. That's a great idea. Executed horribly.
Yeah.
And dude, oh my god. So after Marcus came back with this game, we all decided that we were going to go out and get food based on wherever had Pokemon. Like, we were gonna go find somewhere that was considered a location, like like an item shop or whatever, and eat there. So I pile everyone in my car, I'm driving, everyone else is fucking playing Pokemon Go. And as we're going down the road, everyone's catching Pokemon in the middle of the road, you know, freaking out and doing all this shit. And we're driving through town, like, again, all the fucking landmarks are churches and shit. And then there was like when we finally got to restaurants, it was like Gordon Biersch and fucking Cheesecake Factory, and it's like, yeah, we're not going there. So then finally, Chili's was one, and I was like, I've been wanting to try Chili's for a while because for some reason Aaron Hansen's a giant Chili's fan.
Yeah.
Don't know why. Chili's sucks. Chili's is garbage. Don't eat at Chili's. Don't listen to Egoraptor. Chili's sucks. So we drove all the way out to Chili's, and it wasn't actually Chili's itself, but the literally the giant chili outside.
I see.
The sign was the landmark. But there were two other landmarks right across the road from it because it's across the street from like these little statues and like this little public park thing that I didn't even know about. So that was actually cool. Like, oh hey, it just notified me of this monument, which incidentally is a Collins monument. So same last name as us. So that was interesting. So I was like, this is how this game would be cool if it worked and made any sense. So we go to eat at Chili's, and those guys are catching shit, and like, there's these items called incense that works for 30 minutes, and it makes Pokemon come to you. Nice. We sat in this Chili's. I used an incense. Not a single Pokemon came to me.
Sometimes it'll be like every 5 minutes a guy
30
comes
whole minutes. Nothing.
And you have to like keep the app open the whole time.
Yeah. I just had it sitting there on the table, eating through battery, open, this incense around me. No Pokemon showed up. It said there were 9 nearby, but none of them showed up.
Jesus.
So everyone else was catching Pokeballs and shit. I'm like, this game is fucking worth it.
I also want to know when it says Pokemon are nearby and it's got like the 1 footprint, 2 footprint, 3 footprint, and I'm just like, what is the actual distance that these things are away from me?
And there's
how far do I need to get?
There's very little logic to any of this shit. It's all like random. Like it just reloads in different locations every time you're out. So it's not like Pokemon are in specific places like it would be in like a route or something like that. It's just you happen to find it, you know. And so that's why we kept catching them while driving down the road, because I was like, there's no better way to see a bunch of Pokemon in fast proximity than to drive around. But of course, if you're going too fast, then you can't do it. So you really gotta fucking drive through neighborhoods with your phone out, which is how children die. You know,
this is how children die.
Pokemon is ironically going to become a child-slaying game. Literally.
I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for the first news report of someone dying playing this game.
It won't be long.
You know what's gonna happen.
It will not be long before we start hearing about people dying playing Pokemon.
If selfie sticks are killing people in volcanoes and shit, then fucking someone's gonna go to a volcano trying to catch a fucking Moltres and fall in the lava and die or some shit.
Fucking Brandon was saying that on the way to, you already know the story, but on the way to North Carolina, because he was going with Marcus, that he saw an Articuno while they were on the highway, and he was like, he desperately wanted them to like pull off the highway and go get Pokemon, but you know they had that girl with them, and Marcus was like, I ain't gonna do that.
What a buzzkill.
But then he, like, once Marcus understood what the game was later, he was like, oh man, we should have stopped on the side and got those Pokemon.
Yes.
But like, oh man, it is so stupid. The leveling up system is stupid, and it's also got fucking, you can pay to win.
Yeah.
You can buy a bunch of Pokemon food and level up your Pokemon if you want to spend money on it. So if you want to be the ultimate gym leader, all you got to do is drop a few $10 bills into your phone and fucking you win. You know? So it's god awful. Everything about it's broken.
It's horrible.
Badly thought out and badly
The only
executed.
things I like about it are the fact that like really just that the Pokemon are so rare, like the cool Pokemon are so rare, that it makes me feel like I want to keep searching and keep find something cool that no one's found before. Because it's like, there's a shitload of Pokemon that nobody I know has found. And so it'll be cool if, you know, one guy gets this and you're like, whoa, you fucking found who's its fuck, you know?
Yeah. But I don't
Cubone. I found a Cubone.
I don't know how much logic there is to it though, because everyone I know has like a few that I'm like, oh, you found that? What are the odds of that? You know, because well, anything really. Like, I don't know if the rare Pokemon are like actually relegated to interesting places or something, you know, or it's just you walked 10,000 paces, now the dice roll gave you a rarer one. You know, like, I don't know what it is.
But either way, it's cool to find a rare thing.
I think conceptually there's a ton of potential, but it's not being delivered on at all.
Yes. It's the right thing in the wrong hands.
I think the ideal way to do it would be that there are, like, you know, rare Pokemon and like event Pokemon and places you have to go, but there should be regular Pokemon should be like all over the place. Yeah. You know, you should be.
The other thing, you know, it's disappointing because Nintendo usually puts out shit that's on a standard of quality. You know, where
well,
it's
this is not Nintendo.
I know, but that's the thing is that Nintendo let this other developer put out some shit that's not up to a standard of quality because it's not a real game. It's just an app game. But you know, they just put it off like, it's just an app game. It doesn't have to be amazing. But it's like they could have made this a real Pokemon game that was a big deal. You know.
Right. I think, like, the worst thing about the way that the catching Pokemon works is that even though you have to travel such a great distance to find anything, you have to be in a very small area around it to get it.
Yes, that's
like
the most fucking annoying thing. So I'll be stuck in a spot and like there's something just out of range. And it's like, why is this range so fucking tiny?
If the range was gonna be small, because like, I mean, imagine this game, because little kids are not gonna be able to play this game.
Yeah.
Little kids can't go out and travel these great distances to play this game. So I think that if they were going to make a game that's about getting, you know, people outside, and I don't just mean little kids, even teenagers probably can't even go as far as you need to go for this game. All they really needed to make it was so that you could just walk around your backyard or your neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, if you have to be within 10 feet of the thing to catch it, then, like, I could catch 10 Pokemon just in my backyard, because our backyard's pretty big, you know? But if there was more density of Pokemon, then I could just be walking around catching them, you know? Or just, like, let me walk through the neighborhood.
But the one thing is, it would make it too easy. But then, how easy should it be?
I drove around the whole neighborhood and couldn't find a Pokemon.
And part of the thing with fucking, you know, app games, that they have to make it difficult and gate it so you can keep paying more, because you can keep buying those incense and shit so you can actually get Pokemon and stuff like that. So they know what they're doing in terms of making it difficult to play.
Right.
It's a money trap,
But it's so broken.
And a time trap, because that's what
like
those
I
games
said,
are supposed to be.
I used an incense, and in 30 minutes, not a single Pokemon showed up. You know, or there's times where.
But that's probably the server crashed, but you were still in the game. Right. Because if the server crashes and you're still logged in, like I usually just if I'm not seeing anything, I'll just log out and log back in, and then see that the servers are down.
I think there's parts where it just doesn't GPS you correctly, or it takes a while to load in where you are, or it can't interpret where you are exactly, or there's times where my character was just moving around.
Yeah,
like all around.
They just kind of wander.
The general area where I'm at.
It always kind of does that.
Fuck? It's terrible. Well,
it's a mess.
I guess that's our Pokemon Go rant. Unless you have more you wanted to say about your.
Nah,
Pokemon.
I gotta take a shit.
All right. Well. See you in the next one of Digi Bros. I guess we should let this battle end.
Hey, let me use Brick Break.
Instead of cutting out right in the middle of a
I'm going to use Brick Break.
Attack.
Oh, man, I gotta take a dookie, dude. I gotta blow it up.
Blow it up.
Yeah, the toilet. Oh, man, I got some funny stuff to talk about in the next one.